Welcome to Republic Open Mic. On this podcast, we have a very, very special guest today in our Republic studios. He's a soldier, he's an Indian, of course, and he's a teacher, and a very hardcore teacher. And that's how he has told me to, of course, describe himself. Of course, hardcore is the word I, in fact, inserted over here. I have with me Colonel Rajeev Bharwan here. Thank you so much, sir. And he's known as Colonel Coconut, Colonel Washing Machine, Mama, sir. And I think your definition right now is that of, a nationalist and someone who never minces his words, and the best guest for an open mic. And he will be, I can assure you viewers that he'll be the most open and the most candid in this conversation. Sir, it's a great honor, first of all, to speak to you.
Thank you.
Today we are, witnessing a lot of changing times. If you see, we speak about multiple issues. Social media is currently so active, and every person, young and old, have their opinions on everything, sir. And one thing is being witnessed, that people talk about nationalism. There are critical, people are critical of many things happening in the country. There are people who are calling for unity as well, sir. Today, I want to first start, how do you see, as a Fauji and as an Indian, nationalism today?
Okay. First of all, before I answer your question, you said open mic.
Yeah.
I will speak with an open heart. This is what I
Yes.
do. See, I'm dealing with the people. I'm dealing with the students and their parents. I tell them on day one, while I address them, I tell them whether you like it or you don't like it, and much against your wishes. I will push you to the limit and even beyond the limit, but I'll say exactly what is good for you, what you're supposed to know and what you're supposed to do. So, आपने बोला कि critics, there are many critics, it is easier thing. That's an easier option to be a critic, but to contribute, that demands a lot. So, I don't believe in critics, I believe in contributing. I don't believe in, जिस फौज में कहते हैं ना, शिकायत करना आसान है, but we don't do शिकायत, हम सुझाव देते हैं. You can give a suggestion. There is a difference between suggestion and critic. Critic will not land you anywhere, it will not pay you any dividends. But if you suggest and something good, value in it, definitely will bring some positive change. Now, nationalism, dictionaries will define it in one line. But I think if somebody wants to say nationalism, the definition, unfortunately today, when I see most of the people, whether it is influencers, whether it is the podcasters, or people on the media, or the common man, they are seasonal patriotic. 15th August, 26th of January, Shahid Divas, Kargil Divas. Everybody has got a DP. But it doesn't take anything, to put a DP on your WhatsApp status, to share a reel on that particular occasion. You check mine, you will not find anything in particular occasion. I feel it is 24 into 7 into 365 job. And that is not an easy job. You want to be patriotic, why want you to be on occasion only? It should not be occasion based. 365 दिन आप इस देश में रहते हो, आप यहाँ खा रहे हो, यहाँ facility आपको मिल रही है. So you need to prove, it is very easy to stand under a flag and salute it. But to make yourself worthy of that position, that you are capable and worthy to salute the flag, really takes a lot, If you take an example of army, one has to pay the cost with his life to get wrapped in tricolor. It comes with the cost of life. That is the amount of the price one pays for it. People think it's very easy, you salute it and all. Every now and then I hear a very faddu thing, sometime in university, sometime in some other particular part of the country, Azadi, Azadi, what bloody Azadi? And people are not aware of the historical fact, 15th August 1947. And we got our independence. Azad tab ho gaye the. But it is in a poor myopic vision, people are still stuck up there and they don't know what is the actual meaning of Azadi. I always tell people there is nothing absolutely for free in this life, not even freedom. People had already paid a lot of price. Just because it is written in the constitution and a freedom of expression, that doesn't mean you'll do any bakwas in the name of freedom. No. Freedom also comes with responsibility, and responsibility, if you earn that responsibility, then only. बोलने से देशभक्ति नहीं आती, निभाने से आती है. बोलने में जोर नहीं लगता, निभाने में बहुत लगता है, Constitution for me is not a menu card. It's a commitment. Most of the people, they don't have these days. So nationalism, it's not one day affair. It is not an occasion based. It's 24 into 7 into 36, 35 days, And it has to be seen not in your words, but in your actions, your will and your work. That is nationalism, As Vishal Bhaiya was telling, Captain Vikram Batra, Paramveer Chakra posthumous, he said at the age of 24, he laid the supreme sacrifice, he made the supreme sacrifice in the line of duty for his country without thinking for a moment about the family or anything else, That is nationalism. He could achieve something which in lifetime people, they will only critic, they will only crib. Nationalism prove करना है तो उसके लिए बात नहीं, काम करना पड़ता है, ठीक है, जीना पड़ता है, and कभी-कभी जान भी देनी पड़ती है. That is what is nationalism, You ask a Fauji life is true mirror to nationalism. Nationalism is not putting a flag, saluting it, just march, taking a, you're just part of the contingent and marching, You need to march against your selfish nation. When you say nation first, your own excuses, that does not count. Neither your comfort, nor your, any kind of, no reason is a good reason, when it comes to nation. As Chetwood Credo says, it is always your country and a countryman that comes first, always and everywhere. And then comes your men. And it is only your comfort and your own safety that always come in the last. That is nationalism.
ये जो nationalism की बात है, you're from a defense background also, but when you donned the uniform for the first time, yes, fourth generation, wow. And when you donned the uniform for the first time, sir, what was that feeling like?
To be honest, when I cracked my SSB and I knew I had been recommended, that feeling was matchless. Academy में तो पता ही था कि one date and 4th of September and I'm going to pass out of this gate. I'll have my uniform and I'll go on the job on ground. So that feeling of getting recommended, that finally your dream come true and you're going to live this journey was more priceless actually. And wearing uniform, the first time the combat was issued while you were on the training, that feeling was great. कंधों का वजन थोड़ा बढ़ गया, छाती में थोड़ी ज़्यादा मजबूती आ गई, आवाज़ थोड़ी कड़क हो गई and spine was absolutely straight. Amazing feeling. This color, combat and olive green, something it has got. I'm sure people from Air Force and Navy, and when it comes to navy blue and it comes to white, they also have similar feelings. There is something in the uniform, It is something like wearing a, jeans t-shirt and formals. The moment you wear the uniform, the formals, you sit straight, your appearance goes on the plus side. If in one line, if I had to tell you, the moment you wear a uniform, from a man you become man plus. It is that kind of feeling. So you're on the plus side in everything.
So you have been in combat missions. So what was your first combat mission and how was that experience?
First combat mission was with a senior.
Okay. Wow.
The first encounter is always with the senior only. They take you to task. Hey, bloody joker, you come.
Yeah.
And I will put sense into your head. Baki otherwise, the actual combat, what you're talking, and if somebody has got commission and is in uniform, Jawan hai, chahe officer hai. So uske baad mein to it is a daily battle for you. That's a daily routine, So what people actually call it encounter, that's a routine. RR is one good example, Anybody who's posted to Rashtriya Rifles, 24/7 into 365. They are always on the job, those guys. Barry Burger, damn happy. Today, if I tell you the reality, in our time when I joined, people used to have only one tenure in their entire service career in Rashtriya Rifles. Today, people go voluntarily, for the second time, third time. Every second guy you ask, he'll say it's a third tenure in Rashtriya Rifles. They go voluntarily. There is no fun. Fun is only in actions, Fauj mein aagar ke, if you have not seen action, then it's not worth it. First encounter was in Manipur. Yeah. It was way back in 2002, I think, 2002 or 3. So that was the first time we had an encounter. It was amazing. उसमें सिखलाई वगैरह कुछ काम नहीं आती है. The books and they all fail you. It's all the ground learning, what you learn every day. Through your mistakes, through others' mistakes, through your experiences on the ground. So it was an amazing thing. Everything was very different, and what was specifically different was, theoretically they teach you a lot of things. They give you exposure to a lot of things in academy during training, They give you some exposure, this is how you should deploy it in the jungles, important do's and don'ts in different terrain. And that was my first posting in counterinsurgency area, and it was a built-up area. That dynamic is absolutely 180-degree opposite. So there was no formal training for that. I have not come across who had experience of that to guide me, what to do, what not to do. So all of a sudden, it is something like you were posted in a place like Noida, Delhi, and now you do the operation. Everybody is watching you. There are always people around you. There are a lot of limitations, challenges, a lot of things. And then you have to do the action part also. And then Northeast, where people wake up at 4 in the morning, because sunrise is early. They are going for exercise, running and all. And then late night events are there in Northeast because of the culture. So you've got a very limited show window and you're always under the radar scanner. So in a very limited show window during the night, and you have to carry out the operation, extract the information and then do the follow-up actions. That's really not easy. And a lot of operations in all kind of terrain, like in jungle, if you're laid in ambush, you're sitting, you're watching, waiting, have patience. It might take some time, but then the moment the neck is in the noose, bird, and you open the shot. But in built-up area, it's very difficult, and room to room you have to clear, And God bless you, if it is a multi-story building, it's not an easy thing. One of the most difficult, challenging tasks, Either you, movies it looks very fancy, there is a chopper coming, dropping you, but we don't have that kind of facility. So you're always going from bottom to top. And somebody who's in the upper edge has always got an upper hand advantage on you. Very difficult, very challenging, in built-up area. Even if you have to surround, see, if in open in jungle I'm sitting here with one weapon, there's a lot of open area I'm going to cover with my weapon, with the penetration range and whatever I can see beyond me. In the open field, that area belongs to me and the range of my weapon. But if you are going in a multi-story building with a lot of houses and a stairs and other thing, you need to go room by room. One room is extremely dangerous situation. You clear it, you go to the next room. That is equally challenging, Time consumption is very, very high. And the amount of the troops you require, and I imagine if there are 50 houses, how many people you will require to surround that area. How many possibilities, your vision is restricted. You can't even see beyond 10 meters because there is a wall. There are a lot of chances of crossfire, blue on blue. One taking a shot and killing own guy. So that constraint on the firing, it's very difficult. If there are two guys running in combat and militant insurgent is also wearing combat, imagine how much pressure, how much fast reflexes you require. Not easy. Of all the operations I have seen in a fighting in built-up area, damn complex. It's got a tremendous amount of patience and a lot of effort.
The most dangerous mission, if you could talk about.
Mission task, I would say.
Yeah, operation mission.
The most difficult task, or the challenging task I had while the unit was in Sudan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All of a sudden, sitting in the office, you were called, one thing, 10 guys, and also a bड़ी Rambo wali feeling, wow, we are going for some task. Sudan, we were in the peacekeeping formation, and nothing much to do actually. You are following a good routine, everything fine. All of a sudden, you receive a battle order. Okay, this is the task. Not any clear, not clear information about it. कि क्या करना है, कैसे है. What is the actual ground position, you are not aware. Only thing we knew, there was some contingent where officers as well as Jawan of other countries, they had gone to break ice with those guys, local militia, and they have been kept into hostage. And there are some people there. I only knew some. So one aviation chopper, 2 pilots, and I took 10 guys with me. I briefed them. बड़ा Rambo बन के उसमें feeling आई थी मैं करेंगे कुछ अच्छा. I said मैं rocket launcher वाला ना, you go and deploy there. मैं MMG, you go and deploy on this axis. Once I landed up there, situation was absolutely out of imagination. तकरीबन there may be more than 3,000 people I saw there, and we were just 10. 10 versus 3,000 plus maybe, And these guys, first time I saw in my life, I've heard that there has to be some madness and there has to be some logic in madness. That was the first time in life I saw there was absolutely no logic in madness, only pure madness. The moment when we were about to touch the ground, there were 2-3 vehicles. They came and started around making circles around the chopper, and they were so close and we were not in a position to lift back again. So perforce we had to get down. So they landed the aircraft. Thereafter, we saw 2 attack choppers also there. And then I saw there are so many people. People are sitting like ants on an ant hill, wearing chappals, AK-47, just firing in the air for no reason, just general happiness. So I told my guys, last order cancel. Stay inside. Nobody is going out. No one will move outside. You stay inside. And 5 minutes it took to assemble. I said, collect all the weapons and keep it to the backside of the chopper and sit straight. Nobody is moving out. They said, but we need to go. But no, unless I speak to these guys and nobody is moving out. So it was a very tough call. I had to take a call whether I should go out or not. But the way vehicle had been parked, we were not in a position to take off again. Sitting inside was not leading us anywhere. So I took a call, I am going out. I need to have a word with them. Then only something will happen. The boy said, we can leave it, ma'am. But no, that's not going to work out. So I told them, weapons will stay there, you will not touch weapon. And for the timing, I am giving you the last order. Nobody will come out. Something happens to me, you ignore. Still keep sitting inside. They knock me down, still you will not come outside. None of you will move from here. That is the last order to you guys. And then I stepped outside with a big, bold, flake smile on my face. I won't say that I was scared, but there was a hell lot of pressure. Not because something will happen to me, but definitely because I had 9 my boys with me, whom I loved so much. So those guys were damn close to my heart. I stepped outside, spoke to him in the local lingo, and he finished one belt before I could speak anything in the air. Very aggressive. Then he asked me, why you are here? I had put up again a big smile. I said, Kulu tamam, and greeted him on his chest like the local greetings. He said, why you are here? I want to meet your commander. I want to convey my greetings on behalf of my unit and my men. So he was a little confused. Thankfully, he knew English. Otherwise, that was rip. So he took me to that guy again. Nicely, in Arabic white dress, choga pehne hue, very hulky guy. And there are around 50-60 people sitting on drums, on cots, all with a weapon with them. So I had a word with them. I said, Kulu tamam. I am Major Rajeev Bharwan. I am from Reserve Indian Battalion. I had come to speak to you on this issue. You need to have a meeting with the SRG. SRG is the highest appointment of UN in that area. But you had already taken people as hostages, We are looking for a solution or we are not looking for a solution. Is that solution? The solution will come only when we talk. We will talk. But the environment is not conducive, So we need to come on the table, to settle it. Finally, I was able to put sense. You are, big man. Your land, your rules. But at least environment has to be conducive. So finally agreed, he understood the point. So I requested, jitne bhi bande yahan pe hai, whatever number, you don't require 3,000 people to guard you. I am here, your protection, your security is also my responsibility. So you can keep only a handful with you, and I think we can create the environment for that. You can send them back. So I requested him to convey the point to the men in the local lingo. He did. And finally I saw truck after truck going and all that. Finally then I told him, I guess I've got 10 boys with me, And we are from India, well-trained, competent people, And they are hardcore soldiers. So we are not here to fight. But otherwise they are good, competent. I know we are no match, 10 versus 3,000 plus, no match. But one thing is guaranteed, they are well-trained. Every guy will take at least 10. So if 30 does not matter to you, it does matter to us. So you tell me, what do you intend to do? एक तरफ प्यार से बात करी, थोड़ा negotiate भी किया, थोड़ा ये भी दिखाया कि हम इतने कमज़ोर नहीं हैं. Definitely, we'll take down handful of people with us. I am carrying weapon with me. Okay? But as of now, the weapons are backseat. Just to convey to you that we are not here to harm, but we are here only to break the ice. Finally, the environment was created, then SRG came, the meeting happened. A lot of things had happened that day. That was a high pressure point.
That actually speaks volumes of the psyche of a soldier, and such situations. There are multiple situations that come across. Any, you said about your more than 2 decades of service, and you're not retired, as you say. No. Any regrets or no regrets?
More than regrets, I have got gratitude. But yes, one regret, and 2 situations where I felt actually helpless. Regret when we were in the training and the Op Kargil was going on, our seniors were there, immediate, who had done training with us. And when we used to hear news, this is what had happened today. You are doing training and every day and course mates and everyone used to say, sir, are you sending us to the battlefield? Are you sending to the war? Fauj mein aane ka the only thing which gives you that, adrenal rush. If you have not seen that, and lifetime opportunity, war is there, everybody wanted. Sir, we are well trained. Everybody used to say, sir, we are well trained, all course mates. Just push up there. We'll do something great, You've seen today got casualty there, and somebody's name has been forwarded for Mahavir Chakra. So much of inspiration at the same time, so much of regret. Every day people are just sending us. And it is only when we had closed this issue, when we passed out. We were not allowed, हमें लगा emergency जैसा हमें जितनी training होगी उतने में भेज देंगे. That never happened. वो एक regret है. मेरे को नहीं है. All my coursemate है ना. Today also you ask any of my coursemate, I'm sure 100% they will say, yes, that is one opportunity which was denied to us by destiny, and that is one regret I had. We wish we would have been there to support and contribute whatever we could have. And after retirement, when this incident happened, Pahalgam wala, that was one moment where I felt so helpless, and was very, very, very helpless. Received a lot of messages, and I was feeling, no, you should have been in uniform now, and you should have been posted there only, so that you can do something about it. That was one feeling. I'm sure it's not only me. That was one occasion where I've seen the entire country, every country, men, whether in uniform or in civil, whether young or old, everybody was feeling very helpless, and everybody was very, very furious, and so was I. That was one moment. Every day I felt very helpless, until the time we had not launched Op Sindoor and sorted out these burgers.
It was a targeted killing, what we
Yes,
saw there.
It was a well thought and absolutely targeted with a vested agenda. कोई doubt ही नहीं इसमें. No one can deny this fact. And needless to say, without public support, it cannot happen, Those guys, more than outsiders, it is the insiders, who harms us, always. There are many Vibhishans, who are there in the society.
How do we counter these, there are people who still don't have that nationalist sentiment, which is so important, especially what we saw post-Operation Sindoor, Yes, it affected the entire country, and there are people who now, they love the armed forces, they have great respect, but there's still some people who are, enjoying a drink in their living rooms and, commenting on social media, we should have done this, or this is happening, that is happening, but they still are bereft of such much needed unity, the sentiment of unity, sir.
ऐसे लोगों का कुछ इलाज नहीं है. You can't do anything about such people. Reason being, basic nature and signature of a person's lifetime never changes, Nationalism is something which is not part of training curriculum. It has to come from within. If it is not, when it comes from within, that is the only time when people will say, India, Bharat before me, Bharat above me, and Bharat within me. It has to come from within. Such people, the best is to ignore them. And if they do anything which ignites or trigger public sentiment, haathon haath they should be taken to this thing. Specimen should be made out of such faddu people. They should be sorted out nice and proper.
Colonel Rajeev Bharwan, thank you so much. It's such I think it has motivated many people, the millions of people who are watching this, and thank you so much. And we look forward to more stories from the forge and beyond that you can in fact enlighten us with. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rajeev.
Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.